John Heilemann is managing editor for Bloomberg Politics and co-host and executive producer of The Circus on Showtime, a division of CBS. John, good morning.
Good morning.
You got lots of titles, John.
And happy Friday.
Yeah.
Lots of titles.
You hear it. There, Tim Kaine saying Trump is confused.
Yes, that's, I think, a mild version of what he thinks, but yeah.
And what do you think that signals is a line coming from the Clinton campaign?
Well, look, the Clinton campaign has a kind of a double frame on Donald Trump. The first is that he's kind of temperamentally, intellectually, emotionally unsuited to be president, and the other is that he's a jerk. So that's one line, which is it's a kind of mild version of this guy really shouldn't be sitting in the Oval Office.
Paul Manafort was sitting right where you were yesterday at this very same time, and he said, listen, the campaign is not in chaos. The dropping numbers are something that can be expected. We have less than 100 days. We're in good shape. And the Republicans that are defecting, he said, were people that weren't going to endorse him anyway.
Right.
So do you think that they seem to be oblivious to the fact that everyone outside the bubble thinks that their campaign is in turmoil?
I do not think they are in the least bit oblivious. I think that is, in my 25 years of covering this, that's what campaigns say. I mean, Paul Manafort can't come out here and say, you know what, our campaign is in chaos and we're about to lose the general election if these trends continue.
They could say we're concerned, though, John. They could say, look, there's some troubling things. They could say that.
You never hear that from campaigns. You just don't. It's not what they're paid to do. It is the case right now that there's polling now that has Donald Trump. It's not just that according to that McClatchy-Maris poll yesterday, that's a 15-point gap. It's got Donald Trump down at 33. Previously, a lot of people thought his sort of floor was 39, 40. Donald Trump at 33 is a catastrophe for the Republican Party broadly. It doesn't just mean he loses.
Look at these battleground states. I mean, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Michigan,
Florida.
The battles are over before they're being fought.
Well, look, the battles aren't over. We still do have, a little bit shy of 100 days, and there's still opportunity to change things. There's a huge opportunity for Trump when the debates come around. His problem right now is that this bounce that she's gotten, which coincides with maybe the worst week for him of the campaign, comes now at the beginning of August, where we're about to head into 3 weeks of Olympic coverage. There is not a lot of opportunity to move these numbers and reset the race until you get to mid-September. So the debates are always going to be huge, but this is going to be, I think, these numbers are going to kind of lock in now for a little while. And that not only is a problem for Trump in the long run, but it contributes to this extraordinary sense of panic in the party because
they're not saying it publicly. Are they saying it privately from people that you know? You have a lot of sources.
I think everybody in the Trump campaign is incredibly concerned about
the candidate himself also seems to perhaps be signaling this by saying a few times now, the election is rigged. President Obama yesterday spoke to it. Do you think, that's quite a flag to plant. Do you think he believes that, or is this the beginnings of the makings of an excuse?
I have traveled in some strange and difficult to explore places, Josh, but what exactly goes on inside Donald Trump's head, I don't really know. It's an amazing thing, though, and it seems like every day we have something that happens where it's unprecedented, right? The notion that a nominee of a major political party would try to be spinning his defeat in advance and suggesting that basically American democracy is broken and is crooked in some way. Never seen that before. It's, I think, really quite troubling.
We've had a lot of that. Never seen that before.
Yeah.
Thank you, John Heilemann.